Okay, yeah, this is what I have been missing. Okay, people, eyes on me.
Hello there.
Greetings, friends, and welcome back to the 3-Minute Horror Show. My name is Ben, your host, and I love horror movies. In fact, I watch the bad movies so that you don't have to. You're welcome. Today, I will be reviewing the movie Megaboa from 2021. This movie is about a ginormous snake that lives on a remote island with a bunch of smaller snakes. Eric Roberts is also in it. He doesn't play one of the snakes, though. He plays Eric Roberts. This movie was directed by, and forgive me if I pronounce this wrong, Mario N. Bonasin. He's one of the guys that works for the asylum. Did I mention that this is an asylum movie? Well, it is, so prepare your butts.
Oh my.
Megaboa is streaming here in Canada on Amazon Prime and Hoopla. A poacher and his poach pal are poaching around on some remote island when they are attacked by a massive CGI snake. This is an asylum movie, and I would bet that the snake is the same giant snake CGI asset that they used in Snakes on a Train. Then one of the two guys gets killed by the snake. The surviving poacher falls down and bends his machete in a very funny way while trying to escape. After the opening credits, we jump to a group of students being dropped off on the same island to do some research with their professor, one Eric Roberts. One kid is a maybe Funke from Arrested Development look-alike, one is a member of the National Guard, and the others are just kinda there. The students meet up with the poacher that survived, and he tells the kids that he's a scientist. Eric Roberts is bitten by a crazy-looking spider shortly thereafter, and things are not looking good for him. Eric Roberts rules. Not only is he the brother of Julia Roberts and the father of Emma Roberts, but he's also won so many awards over his career, and he was even nominated for an Academy Award in 1985. That was for Runaway Train, but he's also been in tons of other big movies, like The Dark Knight, The Expendables, The Pope of Greenwich Village, and The Best of the Best. Over the years, though, he's garnered quite a reputation for taking any job that's offered to him, and maybe that's true. At the time of the recording of this video, he's got 800 acting credits on IMDb, and another 93 projects in various states of production. That's crazy on its own, but what's even crazier is that he brings it every single time.
Damn, son.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Get that bag, Eric Roberts. The poacher guy tells the kids he knows where they can find a flower that will counteract the poison coursing through Eric Roberts' foot, and he takes them to a clearing with a big old tree in the middle of it. This tree is full of the flowers, but it's also a snake tree that's chock full of snakes, including the mama snake, which is the big monster one. They scatter and one guy gets eaten by the snake. The escapees regroup and they figure out that this guy is not actually a scientist, but he does know the island, so what can you do? They decide to work together to defeat the snake and survive until a helicopter can arrive to evacuate them. Time for a new segment. Let's look at some highlights from Letterboxd. User Emma reviews, "That was the worst movie I've ever seen and also the best. I could have given this 5 stars or a half star because it's so bad. Please watch this movie. 1/2 star. Can't argue with that." User G. Hallen's reviews, "Redhead and her butthole lips really took this up a notch. 1/2 star.
Mamma mia!
User The Lilyflower reviews, "Is there an award for worst CGI? 1/2 star. If only the Lilyflower. If only." User So Magilicious reviews, "Eric Roberts shouldn't be allowed to keep taking collage kids to remote places. 2 stars. Well, if they filled in their liability forms, he's kinda off the hook." Finally, User Niku reviews, "Better than Shitamarink. 5 stars. Shots fired."
Yikes!
Our crew of heroes keeps encountering the snake, and they try many different ways to kill it, but nothing works. First, the poacher delivers a trank big enough to put a herd of elephants to sleep for a week. This knocks the snake out, but not for long. On the next attempt to get the flowers, one of the kids injures his ankle falling from the tree. Then they come up with a plan to blow all the snakes out of the tree with dynamite and get the required flowers that way. Things go sideways like they always do, and the group finds themselves in a cave full of spiders. A giant spider drives them back out of the cave, and it gets eaten by the snake. It all looks very bad. While all of this is going on, Eric Roberts and the kid who stayed back with him have created a crutch for him to walk around with. They decide to go out and look for the others. This movie was goofy.
LOL.
All of the effects were god-awful, but the acting was so funny and crazy that I really lost track of that. And the young lady that played the soldier must have been told that soldiers yell because she yelled a lot. Eric Roberts manages to shine even when faced with a stinky turd, and shine he did. He was certainly the high point of the movie. The man delivers. and they left it wide open for a sequel. Avoid this! I rate Megaboa a 3 out of 10. As always, a link to my Letterboxd appears in the video's description. Please leave me a like, comment, and subscribe, as it really does boost my engagement, helps my channel grow. Smell you later, nerds!
The rainforest has creatures big and small. Not prepared for everything.